Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Yun From Noi, and now the headlines as usual.
North Central coastal regions need consolidated policies. State President pays official visit to Thailand. Consensus reached for return of Vietnam's imperial seal.
The Politburo on November 16 organized a conference on orientations to develop the North Central and Central coastal regions. The conference focused on the implementation of the 13th Politburo's resolution on socio-economic development and national defense and security in the regions by 2030, with a vision to 2045. Party General Secretary Phu Chom stressed the need to consolidate institutions and policies to facilitate the development of the North Central and Central coastal regions. He said the Regional Development Scheme for 2021-2030, with a vision to 2045, should be made green, sustainable, and comprehensive in line with the National Master Plan. The North Central and Central coastal regions cover 14 cities and provinces, making up 28.9% of the national area and a coastline of 1,800 kilometers. Under the resolution, the regions could develop more dynamically, rapidly, strongly, and sustainably in terms of the sea-based economy by 2030, with harmonious and modern socio-economic infrastructure resistant to natural disasters and adaptive to climate change. President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc, his spouse, and a high-ranking delegation of Vietnam are in Thailand for an official visit and attendance at the 29th APEC Economic Leaders Meeting.
Thai Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-o-cha and his spouse hosted an official welcome ceremony for President Phuc, his wife, and the high-ranking delegation at Government House in Bangkok on the afternoon of November 16. President Phuc is the first senior foreign leader to visit Thailand prior to the 29th APEC Economic Leaders Meeting. This is his first visit to the country in his capacity as state president, and also the first trip by a senior Vietnamese leader since the 13th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam, and the COVID-19 pandemic. President Phuc affirmed that Vietnam always attaches great importance to promoting the enhanced strategic partnership with Thailand. He congratulated Thailand on its success as chair of APEC year 2022, and affirmed that Vietnam will do its best to contribute to the success of the upcoming meeting. The two leaders expressed their appreciation of the strong and dynamic development of bilateral relations in all fields. They pledged to strive to bring two-way trade to the targeted $25 billion soon, and to make it more balanced. The two sides agreed to continue promoting the enhanced strategic partnership in order to contribute to the socio-economic strength of both countries. Discussing regional and international issues of mutual concern, the two leaders affirmed they will work together to promote a united and resilient ASEAN, and promote its central role, and to maintain ASEAN's common stance on the East Sea, thereby emphasizing the importance of ensuring peace, stability, safety, security, and freedom of navigation and aviation in the East Sea, on the basis of respect for international law. Following the talks, President Phuc and Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-o-cha witnessed the signing of cooperation documents, including an action program implementing the enhanced strategic partnership in the 2022 to 2027 period, and an agreement on mutual legal assistance in civil matters.
The 14th South China Sea International Conference was held in Da Nang City on November 16th under the theme of Peaceful Sea, Solid Recovery. Held by the Diplomatic Academy of Vietnam, the two-day event attracted the in-person attendance of over 220 delegates and the virtual participation of more than 250 others. In his opening remarks, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Phạm Quang Hiếu said, maintaining an order at sea, particularly regarding compliance, trust, and cooperation is essential to ensuring a sustainable recovery. He stated Vietnam attaches great importance to the sustainable use and conservation of oceans, seas, and marine resources. He suggested that the international community needs creative solutions to improve transparency and promote strategic trust between parties, specific actions to maintain political stability and economic recovery, and initiatives to promote multilateralism, especially the ASEAN centrality. Miracle, bright spots, and extraordinary recovery among the comments from experts regarding Vietnam's economy during a tough 2022 as a third global economy plunged into severe recession.
In its regional economic outlook for Asia and Pacific, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, described Vietnam, with economic growth forecast at 7%, as a bright spot in a world of grey. Ms. Ira Dabler-Norris, Mission Chief to Vietnam and Division Chief in the IMF's Asia and Pacific Department, attributed the country's robust economic growth to its government's post-pandemic recovery policies.
But overall, policies have worked very well to support the recovery from COVID, and the government has also successfully maintained fiscal, financial sector, and external sector stability.
Deputy Secretary General for the ASEAN Economic Community Satvinder Singh spoke highly of Vietnam's efforts to boost its economic recovery, which, he said, contributed greatly to ASEAN's dynamic growth. However, experts forecast that Vietnam's economy will face a number of formidable challenges that may possibly affect its growth momentum next year.
Like many other countries in the region, like many other emerging markets countries in the region, Vietnam is facing challenging policy trade-offs. Over the last few decades, there's still many items in the to-do list of things to do in order to achieve higher middle income status and to finally achieve higher income status.
Vietnam's economic growth has grabbed the international headlines. The German-language business newspaper Handelsblatt said the country has the potential to become a leading global IT hub because of its well-trained workforce. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal said Vietnam has outpaced its Asian peers in terms of economic growth, foreign exchange reserves, and flexible monetary policies.
The Vietnam Trade Promotion Agency under the Ministry of Industry and Trade launched a National Promotion Month, Vietnam Run Sale 2022, in Hanoi on November 15th.
The program, to run until December 22nd, is expected to help raise the total retail sales of goods and services, thus contributing to maintaining the national economic growth. In the first 10 months of this year, the combined retail sales were estimated at $187 billion, up over 20% year-on-year. The Ministry of Industry and Trade is calling for the engagement of industry and trade departments of cities and provinces, associations, businesses and individuals in the implementation of the program. The program is open for businesses from all economic sectors and they can offer discounts of up to 100% during the month.
After the confirmation of authenticity of a golden imperial seal dating back to 1823, a Vietnamese interministerial delegation and Paris-based auction house Merlin have agreed to transfer it to the Vietnamese side.
The Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism said in a statement on November 14th that the sides agreed to carry out relevant legal process and procedures for the repatriation of the seal to Vietnam in accordance with the laws of both nations, in the spirit of their mutual understanding and Vietnam-France friendship and relationship. Earlier on October 19th, Milong announced its auction of 329 antiquities, including 2 dating back to the Nguyen Dynasty 2002 to 1945. The interministerial working delegation was formed shortly after in a bid to negotiate with Milong with regards to the seal's authenticity and repatriation.
I think the repatriation of the seal to Vietnam is good news for the Vietnamese people and heritage makers. In addition to strengthening state management solutions, there should be broad promotion among the people so they can contribute to the safeguarding of Vietnam's heritage.
According to the Ministry's Department of Cultural Heritage, the determination to repatriate the seal aims to not only recover lost antiquities and cultural heritages, but also affirm the country's stature and influence, helping affirm the party and state's viewpoint on preserving and bringing into play the cultural heritage values, develop an advanced culture deeply imbued with the national identity of Vietnam, and contribute to the world's cultural heritage. This is highly meaningful to safeguarding the integrity of cultural heritage, an important issue that UNESCO pays great attention to in cultural heritage preservation, and also demonstrates Vietnam's role in implementing the international conventions to which it is a party.
The Sơn Tây Ancient Fortress Citadel, covering 16 hectares in Sơn Tây Township, 40 kilometers from the center of Hanoi, not only bears historic value, but also attracts attention for its unique architecture. Tourists are able to see the remains of the once famous and important military rampart.
According to historical documents, Sơn Tây Citadel was built in 1822 during the reign of Emperor Minh Mang, 1791 to 1841, under the Nguyen dynasty. It was built entirely of laterite, a material that meets the requirements of a defensive building and was available locally. Through many ups and downs, Sơn Tây Citadel has retained its advantages, demonstrating the construction techniques of defensive military walls in Vietnam's north.
It had 4 gates facing east, west, south and north. Nearly 200 years later, after much devastation, only a few relics are left, including an octagonal 18-meter-high flag tower, some stretches of the citadel walls, the citadel gates, the guard towers, the Kinh Thien Palace platform, 2 cannons, and some ruins at Vong Law, the foundation of Kinh Thien Palace and the wells.
Sơn Tây Citadel has become a destination for students to visit and learn about patriotic traditions and heritage preservation.
The children draw pictures and collect historical stories about the ancient citadel to exchange in class groups, and then take part in a contest to introduce the Sơn Tây ancient citadel to foreign tourists.
The old citadel today impresses visitors with its serenity and calm.
I think this will be a destination that attracts more young people to visit and learn about the history of Vietnam.
We are implementing various measures to promote local heritage, including compiling a dossier for it to be recognized as a special national relic site.
The conservation of the citadel has received significant investment from the state and support from local people. 2022 marks the citadel's 200 years of existence, and a series of attractive cultural, tourism, and sporting events have been organized to raise public awareness about heritage protection and preservation and to stimulate tourism demand.